When I was 16, my whole world was turned upside down. I made one of the most horrific decisions in my life, and it cost me. I was charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm, and sentenced to 2 natural life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. And I've served 31 years in prison. And my life has been a disaster. What's up, y'all? This JD with Redemption Kings. Yes, redemption. And don't forget to put the king with it too. Yeah, that's what we do here. Man, today we're gonna open up with, why did I put myself here? Because that's what I did. I put myself in prison. I put myself in them situations and circumstances. I did that. Ain't nobody do that but me. I put myself in prison. I put myself there. I made the decisions that I did. And I put myself in there. You know how many people that's in the chain gang right now that wish they couldn't have, wish they wouldn't have put themselves there, wish they can change their mind to make a different decision. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. When I left to come back to the county jail, to go home, a lot of the dudes that I used to ride with and roll with, we all landed in something. And when I left, I can see the look on their faces wishing they were in my shoes. Yeah, they wish they was in my shoes. They didn't want to be stuck in that place dealing with the things that they dealt with. Because it was a lot of stuff that people was dealing with in there. It was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of stuff that would make you bust if you weren't paying attention. And everybody bust in there. But you know what? It's some people you bust up against that you might not come back from. I ain't gonna say no name, but my partner, when I was in prison, I used to do jujitsu. Yeah, I used to get on the floor, roll. You know, me and about 6 other dudes, we'd get together and we'd just learn different chokes, different little things to survive in the prison. And, one of the dudes that used to roll with us, man, this dude here got better than all of us. I mean, this dude here put us in a chokehold quicker than we can just put our knee on the mat. That's how good this dude was. And this dude let being that good go to his head. He started bullying people on the compound. I'm talking about taking canteen and everything. Beating people up. I'm talking about he beat them up too. Choking them out, all kind of stuff. And listen, every compound in the chain gang gonna have a stud. Now don't get it twisted out. Any stud can die. But every compound gonna have that one cat that can throw them hands and grind. And that was my dog, baby. Big KD, y'all. Now, check this out. Man, this same dude ended up trying my dog, Bunky. Slapped him, called him all kind of names. And my Bunky, he stepped up. Bunky, he ain't no, my partner, he ain't no taekwondo type of person. He don't do no jujitsu. He throw them hands, that's it. But this dude here is Cotton Diesel. The dog fence like this here. So, when a dude slapped his Bunky and all this other stuff, my dog stepped over like, man, what's up, man? What's going on with you, man? You on, the dude like, man, listen, don't get into this here because I don't want to hurt you. So what? My dog like, what? Dude like, yeah, I don't want to hurt you. So, my dog was ready to strap up then. He did. He strapped up. I was like, homie, you sure you want to do this here? He was like, yeah, I'm finna do this here. So, man, these boys went in the shower. As soon as my dog stepped in the shower, your boy tried to throw a drop kick at my dog, which my dog blocked. When my dog blocked him, he rushed the dude and punched him. When he got on top of the dude, man, listen. He put his knee on the dude's shoulders, straddled him. And man, listen, this dude bigger than me. And just pummeled him. I was like, oh my God, he gonna kill him. Listen, when they pulled this dude out that dorm and that stretcher, his face was like this here. It's certain dudes in the chain game that you just don't mess with. And I had to understand and learn that. See, I've been telling y'all a lot of little situations about things that I saw, people that I met, and I learned in prison. You know what I'm saying? Things that I learned in prison. I done showed y'all and told y'all all these different things, right? But I told y'all these things for a reason because it adds up. It adds up to why I'm on the streets right now. And a lot of y'all want to know, listen, man, damn it, baby, how did you get out of here? How did you touch down? How did you leave those streets? Leave prison and come here. How did you do that? To me, let me tell you something, man. Me leaving prison was a miracle. It was a miracle by faith. Faith brought me out of prison. A lot of y'all out there might not believe that. But let me break it down for you. And this might take more than one episode for me to do this here. But I'm going to start out. You know what I'm saying? And to intermingle, I'm going to tell y'all some stories. But I'm going to start out like this here. Even though Cross City was hell on earth, it was good to me because I felt like I was home. Cross City showed me that I wasn't in South Bay no more. I wasn't thinking like I was on the streets. I was in a real prison right now. People was dying around me. These stories that I'm telling y'all, they true. Believe that. People was dying every day. People was losing it. People was killing themselves. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I seen this every day. I seen this. And that despair started to rock me. But it took faith to hold me together. It took knowing that one day my situation might change. I just gotta persevere. I gotta hold on. I can't let go. And that's what a lot of other dudes was doing. It was let go. And I was like, man, I don't care how long did I stay in this prison. I'm not gonna let go. I'm gonna climb this rope till I'm dead and gone. That was my thought life. I don't care what the next man did. You know what I'm saying? I kept the faith, man. I kept walking. I kept believing that this was not gonna be my downfall. And I did everything that I can to educate myself and practice preventative maintenance. Well, I've been telling y'all all along that kept me out of trouble, even though I stayed in so much trouble. But I did this year after year after year after year. But it wasn't until I demonstrated forgiveness, that forgiveness was offered to me. Yeah, it was some people that I hated that I had to apologize to. And these same people that I apologized to opened up the door for me to receive this miracle. But if I would have hold it what I had in my heart, this would have never happened. This miracle would have never happened. And down the line, another miracle happened, and it dealt with forgiveness. But on the other end, y'all couldn't comprehend the joy I had in my heart to see the opposite family embrace me and want me home. That's a miracle. That's faith. Blossoming like a rose for the whole world to see. Listen, I gave the prosecutor no bullets to shoot at me. I did what I was supposed to do. I made the right decisions. And the doors opened up for me. Now, it's a lot of detail that I left out that I'm going to fill in future episodes, because I really want y'all to understand what it took mentally, not physically, mentally, to believe the way I believed to see them doors open up, man. Because there's plenty of people that's in my position that ain't go home. It's dudes that came back to the chain gang, and I looked at him like, dang, did it happen for him? Is he waiting for these people to release him? No. They were stuck. They had no more chances. Absolutely. They were stuck, man. And I see that. I see that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, you know, with mercy and grace come purpose. And my purpose is to express this faith to y'all. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to let you know about these unbelievable stories that I don't even believe I overcame. I don't believe that I ever got out of, because it all led to this road right here. Man, there was some things that I was dead to the wrong on. But God still had mercy on me. I'm talking about, man, listen, I went to Marion CI. When I got to Marion CI, you know the first thing that I brought with me was 2 broke tablets. One for everybody else to watch and I could make me some money off of, and one that I could watch myself. Ain't nobody on the pound had that. Nobody on the pound had it. I made so much money to the dude that I let trick me to pay me for my tablet to watch it overnight. He ended up destroying my tablet. See, I came up with a program in prison to break these tablets, to jailbreak them. Yeah, I bet you none of y'all thought about this here. See, I took them jokers, plugged it up to a computer, and put 300,000 folders on that joker. Now, you know a folder don't hold no megabyte. Folders is 0 megabytes. But I dropped everything that I wanted to drop in these folders. And man, these tablets was built to where if an enemy invade them, a countdown happened and they erasing that junk. Guess what? They had to erase 300,000 folders on my tablet, and it took 2.5 hours to erase these 300,000 tablets. So guess what? I used to watch my movie for an hour, turn the tablet off, and turn it on again so it can start its count over. And man, guess what? You know what I'm saying? I went to put more folders on that joker. Absolutely. Till I had me 5 hours until I had to turn the tablet off. But this dude watched the movie with all my movies on there and fell asleep. My money maker was gone. It was out of there. Until my Haitian came down, we popped off again. He sat next to me and said, Devin, listen, I heard you was the man a little bit. He said, but watch this here. You got a tablet? I was like, yeah. You want a bro? I said, absolutely. He set his tablet down next to mine. He said, don't touch yours, and I ain't gonna touch mine. And man, my tablet broke without us even touching it. Automatically. Yeah. But guess what? I got caught up in my junk. Showed up there, right at Marion CI. Caught up right up in it. Caught me as DR for, tampering with a tablet device. Showed up there. And even though I deserved to get transferred, you know what I'm saying? Even though I deserved to get transferred for that, for looking out for somebody, I had mercy. Somebody had mercy on me. Man, for that DR card, 15 days probation, 2 months canteen restrictions. Oh my God, I could go to the canteen. But imagine being out here in society and not being able to go to the store. For 2 months, you can't go get nothing. Your whole car locked down. The people don't be talking about that end of the world, so that happened to us up in there. They turned off that car, you through. What else do you got? That's all you got is that ID and that DC number. 465184. That was my DC number. Every night, I said that DC number. And man, sometimes I used to say that DC number, man, loud. When I used to say it low, them officers used to be like, hey, speak up. I couldn't hear you. Say it over again. Same officer that walked by my bunk every day, see me talking to me, all this stuff. He asked me about my DC number again and again, like he don't know it. He know my DC number better than I know it. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I want y'all not to get me wrong. It's a bunch of good officers in prison. It is. It's some real go-getter officers in prison. And then you got some dudes out there, man, that just come to work. The fuck with you? Excuse me, French Lord. To mess with you. Yeah, absolutely. I all out. They just evil for no reason. But it's cool because I'm going to tell you something. Everybody play a part in this mystery. And this mystery life that we walk in every day. Everybody play a part. Your decisions and the decisions that they make towards you prepare you to a certain place. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to make you or break you, man. It's going to make you or break you. But every now and then, you get a person that pop up on the scene that's about redeeming things. See, me, I was a redemption king in prison. I was redeeming me. You know what I'm saying? A lot was stole from me, man. A lot. Man, my teens, my 20s, my 30s, man, all these years was stolen from me from one decision. And we making decisions every day. But ain't nobody paying attention. Can you feel me, y'all out there? I know y'all can. Y'all can feel me. You feel this. I know you feel this here. I know you feel this here. A lot of them dudes up in prison, they feeling this too. They understand what I'm talking about. They understand, man, there's a lot of dudes up in there that's getting wet up right now. You know what I'm saying? They on some gangs and they on this stuff. It's just out of control. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that you can control is yourself. That's the only thing you control is yourself. And for me to get to this position and to this point that I am right now, it took self-control, discipline, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because in prison, I was out of control too. I had to grab my mind by the horns and wrestle it down. Yeah, because I was getting into everything. It was just on a bigger level. See, every new level that you go to, there's another devil you got to face. Yeah, I wouldn't let no suckers out there trick me into nothing no more, right? You know what I'm saying? Or put myself into a position where I can't rise from, you know. But when I got into prison, it was another game all the way. Because even though I didn't go that way, you know, the way I did go wasn't the right way either. You know what I'm saying? Because every corner and every time that I started making money, even with my different partners, guess what? We was getting ran down on. Man, one time I bought 3 phones in 3 weeks. And these phones cost $900 a piece. You hear me? You ain't understand what I just said. Yeah, you understood what I just said. And I lost them. In prison. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be something that I wasn't. And got my whole head cracked. How many people out there can attest to that? You know, because there's a whole lot of people out here right now getting their head cracked and don't even know it. They showing up and they showing out and they going out. They showing up here. I see it every day. But hey, what can you say? People gonna be what they are. Even in prison, you can tell these dudes over and over that the sky is blue. If they want to believe that that sky is green, they gonna believe that the sky is green. I told one of my partners, I told him dude over and over, man, listen, man, just because this dude over here, you know, he, you know, don't act like everybody else. He got a little feminine way about himself. Don't think this dude's soft at all. Don't think he's soft. But check this out. Man, listen. This dude thought this dude was soft. He kept playing with this dude. Kept playing with him. I mean, he playing with him till this dude hauled off and knocked this dude teeth out his mouth. I'm talking about across the room. There was a fight so bad, blood was so everywhere, till it was crazy. I couldn't believe this here, what I was seeing with my own eyes. You know, it was something in my heart that told me to stop it, break it up, but I felt like I would die if I tried to break it up. The police had to come in there and change that. I went to my cell before anybody else went to their cell. I was ready to lock down. Absolutely. I was ready to get out about it. When you see stuff like that in real time, see, y'all talking about this TV junk. I'm talking about seeing this stuff in real time and how artery blood can shoot across the wall. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. And some of these camps down deep in the south of Florida, you're going to get that every day. You're going to get that every day. You're going to get these camps where, you know what I'm saying, people flying up out of there in helicopters every day. People dying every day. You come off of a 72-hour lockdown, in case nobody don't know, that's 3 days. You come off a 72-hour lockdown, then you go right back on one. You come off a 72-hour lockdown, you go right back on one. And you in the cell day after day after day with your bunkie, both of y'all ain't taking no showers, y'all stink, y'all both on the same toilet. It's just a lot of mess, man. You know, people don't keep their cool. Heads start getting hot. You know what I'm saying? And you in the mix of that stuff. Even if you trying to do right. You know, I see dudes back in prison off technicalities. Talking about, man, I'm finna get out next month, man. They reviewing my case. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, this dude get airlifted up out of there. They getting airlifted up out of there. Absolutely. So, from my young mind, transforming into an adult, seeing the things that I saw, understanding that, hey, you know, if I don't make a change and flip or correct my life, things ain't gonna correct for me. I started to make those decisions, y'all. I started to redeem what was stolen from me in the beginning. I started to take back my own mind, and I started to make decisions. And I started to live with the decisions that I made. See, people don't understand. You can live with the decisions that you make if you make them. Why make another person make decisions for you? You go to people for advice. You know what I'm saying? After you take the advice of the next man, then you consider and then you make your own decision for best for yourself. That's what's being a man about. But a lot of people, hey man, hey dog, what you think about this? You ain't investigating? You ain't understanding, brother? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people, and that was me all day in prison, undecisive. I am a Libra though. I can't say that I'm not. I'm a Libra. And Libras, get your eye. We got a little bit of swag about ourselves, but we are undecisive when it comes to a lot of things. We are. We are undecisive. But at the same time, when you get that type of understanding, you're able to throw that stuff to the back. You know what I'm saying? You start redeeming things. You start coming out that shell. And me, I started coming out my shell. Man, I started, speaking, going to different clubs, holding events like Black History events. I even started, doing poetry. And people looking at me like, oh man, yeah, y'all done been on the show. And I tried to find out how to do one of them shorts, but I feel horribly in that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give y'all an insight to understanding me. And it's going to be broken down through spoken word. See, my imperfections are weapons that classify me free. How can you comprehend my spirituality without understanding the God in me? See, I was born to be free, not a figment of society's broken dreams. I mean the real king, the ruler of my entire being, the reality of who I am and who I strive to be. But deeply I straddle the fences of my own curiosities, the mind flame of understanding what influenced me, my thoughts to God in me, my propensity for change, the nature of the way my brain break down and calculate pain. Am I a fallen star or a sun striving to rise? Cause even the moon shed tears when it's taught by surprise. But I got many miles to go. I travel a road not exposed to simple woes or hypocrisies created by fools to mock the God I breathe or pass me off as a simple oddity, an abnormal man without a plan. See, look, y'all don't understand. See, I'm an elemental fire that the world can see. I breathe knowledge that penetrates your mind and has your thoughts you conceive. But you view me as a simple man. Explain yourself. Because if you can't understand yourself, that's a shame to be a man on this planet that can't rationalize, strategize, or materialize change. But let's talk about the facts you lack. First of all, you don't understand me. Because if you did, you'd be striving to become another version of Christ in the life he lived. But this is my gift to you. Stay true like the clouds in the sky or the birds in the air or the trees that supplies oxygen to every brain in this hemisphere. And find out the true meaning of love. Because above all else, to understand me is to become a brother that believes. And I'm a redeemed king. And I'm signing out with that. Check out me out on my shorts coming up soon, y'all. And don't forget, comment, subscribe, and like with your boy JD. Redemption Kings, y'all. I'm out.